There it is right there. You are looking at one of the pound-for-pound best boxers in the world. The class of the lightweight division and the star of a new soap opera involving Are You Going to Actually Fight on Triller on October 4th. Let me bring in Teofimo Lopez Jr. Champ, you know I love you, but what the hell's going on?
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. These people from Triller, man, they got something up their sleeve. But my whole thing is just we're staying focused. We're staying in the gym. We're doing what we have to do. And this is bad for the sport. This is bad for the fans, and this is the thing that is kind of frustrating. This is probably the 5th time that they're trying to move my date and my fight. This is something that is out of my hands, really at this point.
The fight in question is obviously your mandatory defense against George Kambosos Jr., the unbeaten Australia product. But it's the rescheduling like you're talking about. It's the on and on. Is it true that from what I've read online reports that your team is standing firm? It has to be October 4th or nothing?
Yes, we're standing firm on it. I feel like this is too many times that they've changed the date. This is something that I've never experienced in my career of boxing. I've always dealt with ESPN and the people from Top Rank. And, this is something that is just, I understand that Triller is new into this platform, but this is not the way to do certain things, especially with an athlete like myself who's undisputed. And a lot of people just miss me in the sport, man. They miss seeing Teofimo back in the ring. So, my whole thing is just, staying focused. I've been in the gym, staying ready always. And, I feel great.
Teofimo, from your vantage point, what exactly is causing the changes? I mean, I understand what the reasons are, like it conflicts with this sports game or another reason, but typically the promoter would sort of hammer that out up front. Like, from your vantage point, why does Triller keep running into these issues?
To be honest, I could only there's certain things that sometimes I have on my mind. However, I try to steer away from the negativity of that. I think it's honestly just something that they're trying to find a way out,
A way out of what?
And for whatever reason, that's on them. My whole thing is I'm an athlete that brings a lot of entertainment into the sport, and that's why they had brought me into their platform. The whole thing now is just trying to figure out these things. October 4th, Madison Square Garden is where we're staying at, and if this is something that they try to forfeit, then we have the people of DAZN and ESPN to come back on board, so I'm not worried about it. You guys will see me fight this year. My goal is to fight twice this year before my son is born and, just move on from there.
Well, the story was supposed to be you're about to get rich, biatch, and that was, that was commendable. We were excited for you to take the stand, get the fight, the purse bid on Triller, all of that. I'm not trying to keep my finger in the sore, but I just wanted to close this by saying, do you regret this decision and this happening at all, or is it the money's still so good? We got, let's push this through.
No. Rich is just a state of mind. I'm wealthy. I'm already wealthy as it is, and I'm very thankful for that. So, to be honest, I just want to go out there and just go on different platforms, but also just show everybody who Teofimo really is. He's the takeover, the truth, and there's no lies in that. So I think honestly, rich, not rich, that's just something extra, but what really brings me and brings the wealth out of me is the amount of dreams that I could create for those kids out there that need that, the new generation.
What's interesting is if you didn't want to do the rematch with Lomachenko, okay, fair enough, because the argument was if he had won, he wouldn't have given you a rematch. I think that's probably a pretty fair argument, so no problem there. But the idea, though, that you'd be done with 135, just speaking, I think, on behalf of fans, not that I'm allowed to.
Speaking.
But just reading what they're saying, dude, there's a lot of fan interest, a lot of commercial interest, a lot of competitive interest with you staying at 135. Not to say that it wouldn't happen at 140 as well, but the idea that that's done seems a little premature, no?
I think, honestly, look, I beat Lomachenko in Vegas when the odds were 4-1 against me. And I beat him unanimously, so I don't understand why everybody keeps going back and forth. I mean, if you lost, you lost. Take a loss, take the L, swallow the pill that a lot of people were having hard times, trying to swallow, and they try to bring it back, keep mentioning it. I beat him. I did what I had to do. And I did it in a way that a lot of people didn't expect me to do it. I boxed him with my IQ because I wanted to. There's a difference, and I can mention my injuries as well. But for what? There's no point. I mean, this is a grown-ass man complaining about his injuries and talking about him getting hurt in the fight. You're never going to go into a fight 100%. And you can ask any fighter in the world, and this is the truth. It's a contact sport. You know, I had a torn ligament on my right foot fighting Lomachenko. A torn ligament. You know what I'm saying? I had a TFCC on my right wrist. Like, all these things, like, but I don't complain about it. I had to wear a brace that whole week. Those are the things that I just kind of find amusing to me, that a lot of people just find more and more excuses. Instead of taking excuses, see, the thing is that when I have a problem, I don't find excuses to it. I find solutions.
Well, look, if you make the move up to 140 pounds, there's so many matchups we'd want to see, and to talk about Josh Taylor, the undisputed champion. I mean, look, I'd be lining up to see you in that fight. But what about the people that are saying we have a special group at 135 of, like, the guys that are going to hold up the sport along with you, the Gervonta Davises, the Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, all of that. Do you expect to see them again in higher weight classes? Does it matter to you? Because there's some people that are going to go, wait, can't we just do this now?
I'm down for whatever. You know what I mean? I've always been the type to always go for these guys. You know, these guys always called out Lomachenko but never stood up to the plate. You know, so that just showed me something in them that I know. And that is that they don't have 100% trust in themselves. They have doubt. And when they have doubt, that means they have fear. And when they have fear, that's when I go into that other mode. You know, I'm the same beast, but a different animal when I'm in that ring. And those are the things, you know, I'm just trying to push on more and more so for these guys. Because these guys are honestly fucking up my sport, to be honest. You know, they are. They talk all this and they do all this, but they don't fucking push. They don't. Everybody's just talk. They talk it, but they don't walk it. You know, and this is the things that I'm just trying to push on forward for myself and for the sport, you know, is that if you're going to talk and you're going to call me out, I better see a fucking contract the next day. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But these guys just call out and talk and talk and talk. They want to use my name. They want to use the clout, because that's what they do. They all clout chase. And that's what it is. They fake it till they make it. And by the time they make it, they're so fake that they don't want to take the fights. And that's just what it comes down to.
There's some real shit coming out right now.
Do you think there are commercially bigger fights at 140 than 135?
I think there's a lot of fights everywhere. But the thing is, it's not me, guys. I've pushed on for these fights over and over and over again. I mean, it's funny how people say I'm fake and I'm ducking, but when I went to the guy that was #1 rated pound for pound during the time, the guy that was a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, the guy that had 396 wins and 1 loss in the amateurs, the guy that was notably the guy that was 3-time world division champion in 3 different divisions. How is that ducking? You know, the thing is, I always look at it like this. When people tell me these things, it's because they're just pointing at themselves.
I want to ask you this, because I want to give you the credit for getting into this unique situation with the purse bid and putting yourself first, even if people thought you were being too cocky or whatever. You're saying, no, I know my value, so you took sort of a financial stand. We don't see that a lot. So are you, I guess, proud with, or you know, in terms of what this makes you look like for making a move like this?
Everything I look at is like this. You stand for something or you fall for anything. These guys are willing to fall for anything just for $1. I'm willing to stand for anything and everything for my sport. It's not about the money. It's more than that. It's the cause of this whole thing. And it's about creating dreams, creating it's all about the glory, you know, bringing back my sport in a way of understanding the belts. You know, don't disrespect the belts, because those are the ones that bring us to the next level in life. You know, the Ring Magazine is the most prestigious belt. The IBF is one of the most honest belts. You know, I could keep going on and on about this. And I love my sport. You know why? The great Muhammad Ali, why he's such a GOAT. He stood for something and everybody else was falling for anything, you know? And those are my things. I just want everyone to kind of see where my vision is at in life and in my sport. Boxing saved my life, and I'm here to just save my sport back, you know, in any way I can, whether it's with Triller trying to promote or trying to provoke my fight from happening, or, you know, those are the things I'm just trying to push as much as I don't care. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to fight because all things are possible with God, all things. And I believe that.
Have you had any discussions with Top Rank about the plans for 2022?
To be honest, I think that at the moment, they're just waiting for me to get over with this fight. You know, I spoke with Bob Arum when I was over there at the Casino del Sol when they had their show in Arizona. And I told him, I was like, hey, listen, I would love to fight before my son is born. My son will be born sometime in the week of Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to get back to back, October 4th, and then try to get me in November 9th, November 12th, whatever, something that in that time within a month. And I'm ready for that because I've been in the gym. I've been staying ready. I used to do it when I was a little bit younger, when I was just coming up on the rise. So why can't I do it again?
All right, let's close with this. It's been great chatting with you and getting a chance to catch up. If all things go to your plan, October 4th, the theater, Madison Square Garden, you will be defending your 3 or 4, depending on your political stance, I guess, lightweight titles against George Kambosos Jr. What's it going to look like? People assume you're pound for pound ranked, you're unbeaten, this is going to be an easy fight for you. With all the crazy politics and everything going on, I don't know what this fight's going to look like. What's it going to look like?
To be honest, man, to be real, man, with all this that's been going on, a lot of people have been saying what they want to say about Teofimo, and that I've talked a lot. So to be honest, man, I know this is gonna sound some type of way, but I'm just there to break some necks. So come October 4th, to be honest, man, this guy has disrespected my family. He has said a lot of reckless things. Mm-hmm. So in the first round, no feelings. And if I break his neck, I break his neck.
Well, congratulations on the kid. That's
if he dies, he dies. Basically, I'm
not trying to kill nobody now. I'm trying to just break some faces. I think that I ain't trying to. He has a family afterwards. I still think about that. So but the thing is, at least if he'll probably hang up his gloves after this. That's my thing. Wow. Just retire him.
Well, we hope we see you October 4th. We'll be following the news cycle to see if everything stays put. Teofimo Lopez Jr. It was a pleasure. Thank you for stepping up to the plate here with us on Morning Combat.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. You guys take care.
Peace.